Sip of water. There it is. That's how you know stream starts. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Primetime Podcast. This is Primetime Podcast episode number 68. It is 7:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is the 17th of March. So first off, happy St. Patrick's Day to those who are having a green beer or a green drink of any kind. Good on you. Good on you for enjoying the festivities. Of course, Primetime is always rocking a signature green, 365 days out of the year. But props on you for having your green drink today. Props on you for wearing green. I don't actually think I wore green today because, I just have... it's crazy? I always wear green on stream, and I'm not today, so... Rah! Anyway... That was, speaking of wearing green, rather not wearing green, Jaylen Waddle, big trade there. For those who don't know, Jaylen Waddle was sent to Denver to join the Denver Broncos. We're going to discuss that for a little bit. And then the rest of today is just even more March Madness brackets. I've got some fun ones I want to cook up real quick. I don't know if they're going to be... I'm going to have to do a lot of research because I didn't really for this one. I kind of just wanted this idea because it reminded me of an old, it was an old Dude Perfect video where they had just someone picking this way. So I know exactly how I'm going to do at least one. And then I got a couple ideas for a couple of other ones. And then we go from there for even more March Madness bracket madness. And then, of course, I got to get into the lead off of the show, which is Jaylen Waddle headed to Denver. So I'm hopping into that right away. Let's get into it. Let's discuss it. Let's converse. The Jaylen Waddle trade and... Hold on. Let me get into here. Perfect. The Jaylen Waddle trade to the Denver Broncos. Who are the winners? Who are the losers? The trade details itself. Jaylen Waddle is being sent to Denver. Denver is giving up a first and a third to acquire Waddle from the Dolphins, and the Dolphins, in return, are giving up Jaylen Waddle, and their fourth-round pick is slightly worse. They're swapping fourth-round picks with Denver, so that's what Miami's given up to, I guess, send Waddle, rather acquiring by giving up Waddle. Biggest winner right away, very obvious. The three biggest winners for me, one is Jaylen Waddle. Waddle's an immediate winner. You go from Tua Tagovailoa, who has significantly regressed since his Pro Bowl year, to Bo Nix, who may not have maybe arguably a slightly lower potential ceiling than someone like Tua might have, but a significantly higher floor from what we've seen the last 2 years. Plus, you're going to be paired up alongside Courtland Sutton, as opposed to this year where you were alongside Malik Washington, who is not on the same level as someone like Tyreek Hill. So at the very least, Waddle will have a co-tandem running mate there in Denver to pair alongside him. Additional winner of this trade, Bo Nix. Bo Nix now acquires probably the most talented wide receiver he's had in his short career. You could make an argument for Sutton, certainly, but I think Waddle has a higher floor overall, especially, and also Waddle's younger by at least 3 years. I think Courtland Sutton's 30. You're looking at Waddle, who's 27 right now. That's a huge plus. You're getting another weapon to pair with, it's going to be in Sean Payton's system with Bo Nix as the quarterback. Yeah, Jaylen Waddle winner, Bo Nix winner. And to be honest, the Miami Dolphins front office are also huge winners, especially for this draft, because now you're going to have 2 first-round picks. You're going to have an additional third. You're going to have an opportunity to, at the very least, get a very young roster, get some players in, see who's going to pan out, see who's not. Because, this team is very much set up for a rebuild at this point based on the move of moving off Waddle. That's very clearly where they are. They're setting up for a rebuild. They're going to have a lot of draft capital. They're going to have a lot of firepower moving forward to be able to rebuild the roster. And it makes sense because right now they don't have the roster to compete with New England or Buffalo for that division remotely. They need to kind of accrue their assets, find ways to be able to counteract against the the two powerhouses in the division, and this year just there's no shot. So maybe take your best crack at 2027 and see what you have in someone like Malik Willis. Now, for someone who is a big loser in this trade is 100% Malik Willis, because now you come to Green Bay, you lose your number one wide receiver, and your depth chart is accrued of the following. The number one receiver listed on the depth chart, according to ESPN right now, is Jaylen Tolbert. Following that, it's Malik Washington. Malik Washington is the top receiver on the depth chart. Jaylen Tolbert is wide receiver 2. Tutu Atwell is wide receiver 3. That does not scream or exude confidence. Followed by Theo Weiss Jr., Taj Washington, Terrace Marshall Jr., and A.J. Henning. That is, pound for pound, the weakest wide receiver core in the league. And this is now happening right after he signs a contract with Miami. Because again, it's not like he's signed a blockbuster deal. If you're Malik, you want to kind of have weapons to be able to throw to. He's not going to have that. I mean, that is a significant downgrade from what he had in Green Bay. And additionally, I wouldn't doubt it if Waddle isn't the last piece to get moved. Because Achane is still on that roster, an incredibly talented running back, for a team that is basically tanking going into 2026. Achane has one more year left on his contract. Seattle's probably making a call to trade for Achane. Some other team that's just on the outskirts might want to try to trade for Achane. Because if you're the Dolphins, you got no real shot at competing in this division or for a playoff spot next year, at least on paper. And there will be teams that will be willing to give up more draft capital for Waddle. Or excuse me, not for Waddle. They'll give up more draft capital for Achane than they will when it comes time halfway through the season. Because they won't have a guarantee that they'll have him under contract long term. So right now, I think, would be the best time for Miami to keep selling. And depending on what happens, Achane could also be one of the losers of this deal. If he stays in Miami, if let's say Miami decides to hold on to Achane for the foreseeable future into 2026, Achane is now the sole producer of offense on that team, which could be a huge win. It could mean he could get even bigger contract, but could also be a huge loss because, well, guess what? Teams are going to play the Dolphins and say, there's only one guy we have to prepare for. It's Achane. Let's just stop him. And people will be like, okay, done deal. Let's go stop him. And it's not like you have someone like a Waddle to try to help you out help spread the offense. You're asking Malik and Taj Washington. Good luck. So that would definitely, I would say, would be another big loser of the trade. And you could also argue the other guy that could be a loser by extension is Courtland Sutton, being that he's going to be 31 and he's going to be a wide receiver 2 and get significantly less targets. But honestly, I would argue he's a winner as well. His job is going to be easier, right? Because now you're going to have Waddle taking some of the pressure off of him to be able to make plays. And Sutton, I mean, is a Pro Bowl wide receiver. He's a Pro Bowl level wide receiver. And I don't mean like fluke Pro Bowl. I mean, he's actually, you could make an argument that he's one of the better receivers in the AFC for sure. It's going to help him. Having Waddle on the other side is going to help Sutton, not just between the hashes, but also in the red zone especially. Because if you're running 2 wide receiver set down the red zone, you got to pick your poison, whether it's Waddle or Sutton down there. It's going to allow Sutton more opportunities to score touchdowns, because I think Sutton last 3 years has caught at least 7 or more touchdowns. So, but I mean, overall, Denver, huge winners. Miami, I mean, it makes sense that they need to sell, but also to go out and give Malik Willis a contract when he's going to have no one there to help him. And then next year is going to be, well, let's just go draft a quarterback. The first quarterback is going to have no weapons to help him. Let's say we go into this season, Malik Willis struggles because there's no weapons there. There's no one there that's remote, that so far on paper looks adequate to even be a wide receiver 2. And we're going to sit here and have a conversation that, they'll just get a quarterback in there and it'll be fine. No, that's not what's going to happen. In fact, you're going to run into a lot more problems if you try to draft a quarterback, considering the roster that Miami's going to roll out there right now. It's a disaster, is what it's going to be. That's what I would say. But look, it is what it is at this point. We'll have to see where it goes. Regardless, bottom line, Denver's huge winners. Bo Nix, Jaylen Waddle, huge winners. Malik Willis, a very unfortunate loser of this trade. And I mean, I think honestly, the one thing that intrigues me the most moving forward is going to be Devon Achane. What's his market going to be like? Devon Achane. What is his market going to be like? And who could trade for him? Because I think that's probably the next person that they would deal. There's a chance I could see Achane suit up for Seattle. I mean, Seattle with Zach Charbonnet ACL and Kenneth Walker gone for agency. Is it worth swinging some draft capital over to go grab Achane, add him to that roster? Teams like, for example, on the bubble on the outside looking in, if you're someone like, say, there aren't too many. There aren't really too many. But, like, what about if you want to squint at it? Gosh, honestly, Seattle feels like the really only big fit where Achane would even go. I mean, how many teams are in desperate need of a running back right now? Like, do we think, dare I say, someone like the Panthers, who, I mean, they saw Rico Dowdle leaving free agency. I don't know how confident. I mean, I know Chuba Hubbard kind of took over the role down the stretch last year. But if you're the Carolina Panthers and you're like, hey, you know what? Let's go add Devon Achane to try to improve our running game and help out Bryce Young. I mean, yeah, like, I know they have Brooks, yeah, but I don't know. With Chuba Hubbard's injury, Jonathan Brooks not getting a whole lot of reps because of them going out and getting Rico Dowdle. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't even make the move for Waddle. If I was Carolina, I would have considered making a move for Waddle. Have someone to pair with Tet. Because, I mean, you don't buy... I don't think many people buy into Xavier Legette right now. And, I mean, Jalen Coker, underrated. I still would rather have him as a wide receiver 3. I was surprised someone like Carolina wouldn't have made that move either. But it's about time Denver makes this move, too. To say that Denver need to make this move drastically, just based off what they hadn't done in free agency. I mean, they had gotten, I think, no outside help. They hadn't signed any free agents. They hadn't made any trades. This was their first big splash move, and it was a very good one. It was one that it was very much necessary. So Denver finally makes a move. About time. Seriously about time. So good on Denver for getting it down. They're winners. They win, they go out and get Waddle. Malik Willis, I feel bad for. I mean, the Packers front office will still have draft picks, so that's very good for them. It is good that they are going to have some capital going into this draft, but I got to be honest, I feel for Malik, man. Malik is now in a very, very tough situation, especially because, as I mentioned earlier, I doubt Waddle's the only person they trade. I have a feeling Achane is also going to be on that list at some point, especially if Seattle calls up with a pretty decent offer. I would be shocked if Achane is not traded before the end of the draft. He might get traded during the draft, but before the end, I think he will be traded by like at least either on day one of the draft or slightly before then. Would be my guess. Moving it along, that was the main NFL news I want to get into. I saw it earlier, so I had to talk about it. Moving on, we're back. I want to do more March Madness. It's very simple. I have to do it. I just have to. I just have to do it because it's deemed necessary. And it is what it is. I want to do more brackets. And listen, I'm filling out 25 in total. I've already got 4 done. We've done my own picks, which I did make one change. I did make one change in my original bracket. I believe I changed... Who did I change? I changed someone in the Midwest. I changed my Bama Hofstra pick because I realized I did not have a 13 seed winning, and that felt kind of wrong. So I have Hofstra now beating Alabama, especially after what happened with that one of their players getting arrested. I'm taking Hofstra to beat him. Outside of that, though, I think everything I kept the same. I am worried about my Nebraska Elite 8 run, but you know what? We're not going to think about it. Now, this draft is going to be a little bit different. Draft's going to be a little bit different how I want to do this. So, what I want to do is I'm going to pick every single game. I'm going to pick every single game once again as normal. But it's going to be a little different because the way I am determining this is that I want to see which teams, you know how like people will pick based off like mascots or some random stuff? We're going to kind of pick a little bit of a random but with a theme bracket. And the theme is simple. The theme is which of these mascots is winning in a fight. That's it. That is the whole idea. So, shoot. God dang it. I already lost it. Give me back my March Madness bracket. No. Where is it? Here it is. Got it. We're good. All right. So, starting us out is Duke versus Sienna. Now, obviously the Duke mascot is a Blue Devil. I have no idea what the Sienna mascot is. So hold on, Sienna. This is like also. It's a Saint Bernard. It's Bernie, dude. It's Bernie Sanders. The Sienna mascot's just a Saint Bernard. So like a Blue Devil wins, right? Or is a Blue Devil reference to something else? Is a Blue Devil more... Is it just a devil that's blue? Or is it like a reference to some other like weird animal? I'm about to find out. What does it actually refer... Oh, okay. So like soldiers in World War I. Okay. So it refers to the French Alpine soldiers. I feel like a soldier beats a Saint Bernard then. I mean like 19 times out of 20. I feel like 95% of the time I'm thinking a Duke Blue Devil would win. Sorry, Sienna, you're not even making it out of in the I like how you can also, after one pick, just finish your bracket. You make one pick and that's it. Technically, you have a perfect bracket because you didn't pick anything else. As long as you picked all like the 1 and 2 seeds, you actually have a perfect bracket and you'd be fine. So interesting. All right. That's weird. Hold on. I want to pull this up for a second. Sienna mascot. Yeah, like this is who it is. This is him. That is Bernie the Saint Bernard. I don't know if anyone else can see, but I mean that's kind of wild, huh? Look at that little dude. Look at that dude right there, huh? Look at him. Look at him. He's so happy. Look at that. Look at that face. Some of that face isn't just. Tell you that Sienna's Bernard. Tell me that Saint Bernard. You just don't want to. You just don't. Look at him. What is he like? What is he trying to do? Is he like saluting and also like doing what I'm doing right now? Just like. Yeah, I'm sorry. That doesn't beat Duke, dog. That doesn't beat Duke. All right. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. Don't know what to tell you. All right. So, let me do this. So, then there's the Ohio State Buckeyes, which, I mean, I guess you're referring to the nut, right? You're referring to the nut, the Buckeye nut, which is this little guy, right? Like that's presumably why you're calling it a Buckeye. It's like a nut. But why? It's like, yeah, it's a deer eye. That's what it resembles. So at best it's a deer eye. At worst it's a nut, right? And then TCU mascot is what? Oh yeah, the horned frog. So there you go. There's. Oh, I like how in the shorts one it just says frog. Oh my gosh, that's what he looks. Look at him. Look at how happy he looks. He looks goofy. I've never seen this. I've never seen him. Look at him. Look at his face. He looks like a Skylander. The horned frog just looks like a Skylander straight up. Oh my god, look how adorable. 100% though, that's I mean, a horned frog would probably eat a nut, so I feel like TCU wins that. I think we've discussed the St. John's mascot ad nauseum, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, the Red Storm. I mean, but now hold on. What is it defined? Johnny Thunderbird. So it's a bird. It's like a Thunderbird. It's this guy. It's our guy, man. Mr. Thunderbird himself. So okay, big red bird versus oh my gosh, I couldn't guess what the Northern Iowa mascot is. I really couldn't. Is it a panther? I guess it's a panther. Does it have two panthers? Because that kind of looks like a guy panther, and that looks like a girl panther. She's got the little, unless that's, I don't know what that is. I mean, clearly it got eyelashes, and this dude, yeah, okay, so they do have two. I could see it. You can't see it, but it's over here. Like, yeah, they do have two. So it's two. I'm gonna count this. I'm gonna count Northern Iowa as having two panthers, because it's two. You got two panthers. You know, maybe it should just be the one, because they have TC Panther and TK Panther. Or TC, yeah, that's two. That's a little unfair. That's kind of overpowered in March Madness bracket. Now, two Panthers versus one Redbird. Pretty obvious. You got to go Northern Iowa, right? Northern Iowa wins that. Now, Kansas is the Jayhawk. What is CA Baptist? Oh my goodness. Is it just Jesus? Is CA Baptist? Yeah, Cal Baptist. It's a Lancer? Oh my gosh, look at this dude. It is. It's just this guy. That's actually kind of cool. I don't know. I'm always a big fan of Knights. I feel like that's kind of cool to have. The CBU... it's a little plush. Look at him. Also very... This is right, though. This is who I'm thinking of. Cal Baptist. Like, I'm not crazy. Cal Baptist makes first... This is their first? Does a Lancer beat... Let me confirm that that's what that is. It's a Jayhawk. Okay, but it's also a mythical bird. But it's also a blue jay and a sparrowhawk. Like, it's not like it's a crazy bird. It's kind of a normal looking bird. It's not like it's a phoenix. Or like a dragon-esque creature. It's just a jay. You know what? The Lancer versus... Now we have a Lancer versus two Panthers. I feel like the two Panthers might smoke. Because, I mean, one Panther's a lot. Two Panthers is probably too much. I think you'd have to go with the two Panthers. And then it's a horned frog versus, like, a French soldier in World War I. And I think the two Panthers would just win. So, I mean, yeah. The Northern Iowa would be in the Elite Eight, according to mascot rules, because they have two Panthers. Two Panthers are gonna beat the soldier. They're gonna beat the Lancer guy. Like, if they beat the Lancer guy, they're definitely winning against the World War I guy, because he's just not gonna be able to reload enough. The other Panther's gonna get him, and then they're gonna beat the Thunderhawk or the Thunderbird. This is too much. Maybe you could argue Thunderbird has a shot, but honestly, the two Panthers are just overpowered. If it was one, it's a different story. Maybe the Lancer and the World War I Blue Devil have a shot, but honestly, it's just not gonna happen. Louisville. Okay, so Louisville, that's pretty obvious. That's a Cardinal. Let me just, you know what? Just for the sake of simplicity, let's confirm. Yeah, okay. As if it wasn't obvious. The giant Cardinal logo doesn't give it away. What's South Florida, though? Because, is it like a bull? What is this? Is like a... Oh, it is a... Oh my gosh, I'm so right. It is a bull. It's Rocky the Bull. His name's Rocky. Dude. Look at how intensely serious Rocky is right here. He's like, I want you to, I don't know, pay your taxes. I was thinking much worse there in my head, but I can't yet. It's too early. But look at how he's so serious. He does. Rocky the Bull. A bull beats a cardinal. If the cardinal ever gets at 1 point near the bull's winning. South Florida, mascot-wise, beats Louisville. Then there's a bison versus, a Spartan. That one's actually, does a Spartan win or does a bison win? The North Dakota State mascot's a bison, right? Yeah, what's his name? What's the name? Do you have a name? Does he have a name? What? What? His name is Bison? Why? Why does he not have a name? Like, he's not even like a Benny the Bison or Billy the Bison. No. The North Dakota State mascot's name is just Bison. Like, man, the Thundering Herd. Thundering Churd, dude. Give him a name. That guy, look at this. That guy is too happy to not have a name. He should have a name. Billy, Benny, Butcher, Billy Bob Thornton, Boris. I don't care. Give him a name. Don't imagine if your name was human. How would you feel? How would you feel if your name was human? You'd hate it. This guy's name is Bison. Come on. You know what? For all that, I think by that logic, I think the Spartan has to win. Does the Michigan State Spartan have a name? He's got to. He's got to. He's got a name for sure. Sparty. Okay, well that's on. All right, that might sound. That's basically the same thing. But okay. Fine, I guess. I mean, his name's also. Now I feel bad for both of these people. You just named him Sparty? Or like, man, the generic inability to name mascots. They're just all the same. They got all. I guess it. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'd be that pissed too. I'd be fuming. I'd be fuming that mad if my name was just Sparty. Just imagine you're an accountant and your name is like Matthew. Actually, that's even like that's come on. Or if you were like a jogger and your name was Joggy. If you were like if you were in the, that's like being in the army and your name's Army. Like, come on. Whatever. I would say the Spartan versus Bison is tough. Out of respect for the Spartan and out of respect for movies like 300, I'll give them the Spartan the win. I don't know if it'll get by. I'll give the Spartan the win. Now I gotta look. Man, I'm gonna be here all night. UCLA mascot. Oh, it's a bear. Right, the Bruins. So it's a bear. Joe Bruin. Joe. Maybe I was mistaken. Maybe they don't need names. They called the Bruin Joe. Oh wait, hold on. This is a duo. Oh, the Bruins also have a duo. They have someone that can. Match up with Northern Iowa. Oh my gosh, it doesn't even matter who UCF mascot is. You're going up against two bears. What's your plan, UCF? Who are you throwing out there? Nitro. That's actually clever. I'll give you that. Nitro's clever. Do you think? What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Nitro has a chance of taking down two bears in a battle of pure wit, or not even wit? It would just be raw strength. Look at my boy. He looks ready. He looks prepped. He looks like he's ready for the challenge. I don't know, though. I think two bears maul one night. Two bears maul a human. Like, it's not a contest. I'm sorry. The two bears would absolutely maul a, I think two bears maul a knight. I don't know what to tell you. Doesn't matter what the knight has. Yukon is a husky. What's the Furman mascot? Does it have Furman Hascot? Wow, a lot of knights, dude. A lot of knights. It's a paladin. Okay, well this is different. Paladins and things like Dungeons and Dragons can actually like heal. So this could be interesting. This could actually be one of the more. His name is also just the Paladin, Sir Paladin. Oh, guys, it's Sir Paladin. Just remember that it is Sir Paladin. It's not just any Paladin. It's Sir Paladin. I am biased. I like the color purple. How big? I'm looking up Yukon. I just want Jonathan Trumbull, the first governor of Connecticut. That's crazy. I didn't even know it was named after. Oh my gosh, what is up with the Yukon mascot in this first picture? Am I crazy or just he does? Oh man, look at the husky. I will admit the husky does look very cute. That being said, I don't think a husky beats a paladin. I'm sorry. The paladin has a giant sword. The husky at the end of the day is a dog. In a fight, the husky doesn't win, man. It's Furman. Furman the paladin would win. Can I just... Could you imagine showing someone this bracket? Not even like the full... We're only like a quarter of the way through it. And yet, this is absurd. Northern Iowa Elite 8... the highest seed past the 1-seeded Duke left is 3-seeded Michigan State, 7-seeded UCLA, and then 9-seeded TCU, 12-seeded Northern Iowa. Could you imagine if even that many upsets happened the entire tournament? That's ridiculous. All right, now we get to the Bull versus the Spartan. The South Florida Bull versus the Michigan State Spartan. Here's the thing. I gave the Michigan State Spartan a win over the Bison. I don't know if I can give it a win over the... I really shouldn't have maybe given it the win over the Bison. I think the Bison is just such a strong animal. The difference is I think the Bison is a little bit more passive. So I think in this case I'm going to give it to the South Florida Bull. And then it's 2 Bears versus a Paladin. Despite the healing capabilities of the Paladin, I think the 2 Bears still win. And I think the 2 Bears beat the Bull. It's 2 Bears. Now, the question is, do 2 Bears beat 2 Panthers for Northern Iowa UCLA? That's the real question. To which my response is, I don't know. Northern Iowa versus UCLA in the Elite 8. Do two Bears win or do 2 Panthers win? One's a male, one's a female, but it's 2-on-2. Like, this could be the decider of the whole thing because they both have 2 mascots. I kind of think 2 Bears would win just because they're so much bigger. But Panthers are more agile. They got some tactics that most people wouldn't consider. I want to give it to the Bears. I think the Bruins, the 2 Bears would beat the 2 Panthers. Just because of, if you're talking about a big brown bear, then you get a second big brown bear. Like, Panthers are a little too lanky to be doing real damage to Bears. Bears can take probably a shotgun blast, right? I'm gonna go with the Bruin. I'm gonna go with the UCLA Bruin Brown Bear to round out the final 4, to make the final 4 out of the East. Then we got all right. Let's go west now. Let's go out west. Let me also expand this so it's not. Well, actually, not too far, but like there. There should be good. All right. Now Arizona Wildcats, baby. What? See, here's the funny thing. I think also the Wildcats could be done very early. Just give me an idea what your mascot. Guys, I'm sorry. The Wildcats might be cooked, dog. What am I? Is that really? He looks so ungroomed, not well kept. Maybe that's why. Maybe he's a wild cat, but oh my gosh, dude, look at I thought my teeth were struggling. Look at this dude. Oh my gosh. Got a gap wider than Strahan's. That's nuts. All right, well, this all could be well and good. The question is, what is the Long Island mascot? Whoa, okay. I like that it's a shark. That's sick. Long Island, wait, what? Long Island University. Yeah, okay. LIU, right? That's who it is. We talking about Long Island? Yeah. All right, I'm not crazy. So Long Island University's mascot is Finley the Shark. I think a shark... Now, obviously, the shark would kind of need to be in the water. But if we're talking Finley the Shark, that's crazy because I think a shark beats a wildcat. Like, given the... Yeah, Long Island University, baby. That Shark's gonna do numbers on that Wildcat. All right, them's the rules. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. The law of nature does. Okay, Long Island University gets by Arizona. What is Utah? Now I gotta figure out what Utah State's mascot is. Which, man, we really gotta get more unique mascots. Like, it's all bulls, man. It's all bulls or, like, other versions of humans. What's his name? His name's Big Blue. Look at that. His name is Big Blue. I forget the Nova mascot, too. I just don't remember a lot of these. Will D. Cat? It's another Wildcat. It's just another Wildcat. Like, the dude, it's actually, I like this decal. This decal is actually kind of sick for Villanova. Like, I don't mind it. It looks cool. It looks like almost like if you ever like if you remember Beyblade, it looks like a Beyblade logo almost. Like I could see it. Like I could see it being like a Beyblade logo. But honestly, like, if we're talking mascot wise, Wildcat's probably not beating a bull. Like, it's a bull. Bull's pretty big, Nova. I don't know what to tell you. I think you're gonna be in trouble there. I think by that logic, yeah, Utah State would advance. It's just that easy. Wisconsin High Point. Wisconsin's a badger. Wisconsin's mascot's a badger. What is HPU's mascot? I've never thought about that. I like how it's a prowler. Prowler is the mascot's name is Prowler, and I just think Spider-Man. So okay, so we have another Panther. Man, wow, it's just repeats on repeats. Panther versus Badger. I think a Panther wins, right? I mean, I know Badgers can be. Hold on, let's see what kind of Badger Wisconsin's rolling out. Because Bucky Badger. Absolutely not. I'm sorry, dude. I can't take this thing seriously. If I didn't know that was a badger, I'm not guessing it's a badger. I'm guessing it's like a charred black steak with like a lot of fat on the outside. That's all I could guess. You could even argue, I'm sorry. That's like, look at him. No, badger's not. No, nuh-uh. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, Badger. No, we got to take the Panther from Howie Point. It's gonna happen. Arkansas mascot. Yeah, that one's. Yeah, Arkansas's the Razorback. What even is like a Razorback? Okay, so it's like a hog. Okay, that's what I gathered as much. Now, Hawaii. Rainbow Warrior. That's crazy. That's kind of nuts. They're the Rainbow Warriors, and that's their mascot. But that's like a football / for rugby. What is it for basketball? Is it something different, or is it still the same? Nope, that is the same. That is the same. That is the same logo. Would a Rainbow Warrior then beat a Razorback? Genuine question. Does the Hawaii Rainbow Warrior win a fight against a Razorback? I'm inclined to say yes. Because, I mean, he's a warrior, right? He probably fights these wild animals all the time. I'd have to imagine that, yeah, probably, right? So, I think that'll actually be our first no, actually, no, it's a Panther. A Panther would be facing off against. I'm going to go with the Rainbow Warrior to win that one. Does BYU even... Now there's BYU. What's BYU's? Oh my gosh, it's this guy. Yep, it's Cosmo. Yep. Cosmo the Cougar. So we have a Cougar for representing BYU. And then how do we do this? Because I guess we won't know. Let's take a shot and say like a Longhorn? You know what? For simplicity's sake, I think we'll just give BYU the bye until we know whose this is. What's Kennesaw State's mascot? No shot, right? Oh yeah, it's the owl. It's the Kennesaw State Owls. How did I not know that? I should have known that. Slap on the wrist for me. Does the owl beat like a bulldog? What's the name of the bulldog for Gonzaga, by the way? What's his name? Spike. Wow. Would have never known. Would have never guessed Spike. Does a bulldog beat an owl? I'm going to say yeah. I'm going to say a Gonzaga bulldog probably beats an owl. Then there's the Hurricanes. Like Miami. Wait, hold on. Actually, wait a minute. How does... Oh, no, it's a... No, that doesn't... No, I know they're called the Hurricanes, but Sebastian the Ibis. What even is he? The ibis is recognized as the last bird to take shelter before a hurricane and the first to return, symbolizing bravery and resilience. Yeah, but what is Sebastian? What is he? Is he a duck? Is he like a stork? So he's a duck. Folklore... It's a local marsh bird. For simplicity's sake, Miami has a stork. Which means now we have to find out Missouri mascot, which is Truman the Tiger. That's not a tiger, dude. I don't care what you tell me. That's not a tiger. Is he holding ice cream? What is he holding in his hand in this one? In this picture on the left. What's he holding? Is that ice cream? I can't really tell. It looks like ice cream, no? Well, you know what? He's the tiger. I think he should beat a stork by all logic. I'm gonna say he does. Let's say he does beat the stork. With all due respect, I think he does beat the stork. Then it's Purdue versus Queens. Purdue is the Boilermakers, which doesn't... Purdue Boilermakers... Purdue Pete just... Purdue Pete. The Boilermaker Special Victorian Era Locomotive Style Vehicle. Yeah, but he's not... Wait a minute. So is the mascot themselves a Jay's in the chat. Let me get Jay's his round of applause here. Oh shoot, is it not even working? Oh man, I was maybe having trouble connecting to the thing. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, no, Jay, a cupcake keys EDP confirmed. Look, man, I don't know what to tell you. that tiger, yeah, he might be actually. That's a little scary. I don't know why my soundboard's not working. I'm having issues connecting with my soundboard. So unfortunately, I cannot get you your round of applause, but I can do it physically. A Boilermaker is also an alcoholic drink. Yeah, Jay, it's the mascot bowl for the. What do you think? So for the purposes of Purdue, do I have to? Is it the man? Is it the guy who conducts the train, or is it the train? Because that changes things. I feel like a lot, right? Because I feel like a train kind of is overpowered in this. What's the Queen's mascot? While we determine that Queen's mascot, Rex the Lion. See now this. Oh. Wait a minute. Which one is it? Is it Boohoo? Whoa. Hold on. It's gotta be the lion, right? Because I just saw Boohoo. Boohoo the bear. I think it's a different Queens though. So I think it's this. I think it's the lion. this guy. Although he looks like he is having a awful hair day. Look at his mane, dude. It's not as luscious. He hasn't combed it. It's out of sorts, out of whack. Like, it's just not in... It's not in rhythm. If a tiger's on the tracks, will the train kill it? If it... Marcus, welcome into the chat. Saying racist. Calling the lion a racist. How? What? Looking like my uncle trying to mac a lady up. I don't know. I feel like most lions maybe. Well, also the problem is it's not about the train. Like if the lion survives, does it? Like how does it stop? How does it beat the train? You know, it's either the train or it's. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of flustered on this one. I think I'm gonna go with Purdue. I think it would, in theory, be a train or at least a conductor train. I'm gonna say it's the train. I think it's the train, dude. The picture to the right with the golf hat. That's not even him. I think that's the other Queen's University. I think that's like Boo-hoo the bear. Oh my gosh. I'm going with I'm going to go with Purdue winning that one. Now we got to wrap this up. Long Island University is a shark. Utah State is big blue like a bull. Does a shark versus a bull? The problem is that that's all dependent on by living it, you beat the train. But I mean, in theory, I think it would kill it. Yeah, probably. I think the train would win there. The shark versus Big Blue the bison. So we have Big Blue the bison of Utah State versus Finley the shark of Long Island University. I think this one's very terrain-based, but I can't... I don't even... I'm not sure. I mean, a shark in water's probably going to get a bull, but a bull versus a shark on land is like obvious competition. I feel like I have to give it to the Utah State bull Big Blue. Just because, in general, Big Blue's going to have a better time, especially if it's like on land. Like the 50-50 coin split, we just don't know. I'm going to give it to him. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw this. I might have to show this again. So High Point's mascot is a panther. Hawaii's mascot is this guy. It's a rainbow warrior, which is, I mean, I guess it makes sense. Hawaii's got some crazy culture, but does that guy kill a panther? What do we think? Can this man I think maybe this guy right here can. Like the physical human definitely can. But I'm looking right here. We think this guy's got what it takes? We think so? We're like 99%. I really want to move him on because I feel like it'd be really funny. The bison, like an American bison, wins instantly. Sharks can't survive out of water. They suffocate under their own weight. A bison wouldn't even need to fight. The shark would die on its own if it happens on land. Game Rock is the mascot. I never, I was wondering, Hawaii's has to be very interesting. And it is. That's crazy. Imagine, dude, that's the logo, man. They can even get dude, getting this on, what would it be? On, the back of a laptop screen would go crazy. They've got a bobblehead! Yo! Hold on, guys. Hold on, I gotta show this. Dude, they have a bobblehead! Tell me that's not the coolest thing you've ever seen. Look at him. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. He's so happy that there's a bobblehead. That's amazing. That's an incredible purchase. You should own a Hawaii Rainbow Warrior bobblehead. I think every single person on the planet should own one. Every single one. You should get one. You should get one now. They'll all unite us over the fact that we have the Hawaii. This is crazy, man. This is some crazy lore. The question is though, does he beat a panther? For the collection, I might need the bobblehead. Exactly. Get the bobblehead, dude. It's amazing. I will look it up. Gotta see how much it is afterward. Do I send them on though? Can he beat a panther? A panther's tough. Like, I would normally say, like, the guys who are, like, Spartans and Warriors, they have, like, metal armor, so they've got, like, maybe a better chance of beating a Panther. But a Hawaii, like, these guys don't really have a whole lot of armor. They're in a tough spot, so I don't know what we would do. You know, I don't know what the plan would be. I'm going to say a Panther probably wins, right? I think the high point Panther wins. In all fairness. I mean, and to be fair to the Panther's a very strong beast. This one was interesting between BYU. So BYU uses a cougar. It's Cosmo the cougar. And then you've got Spike the bulldog. Now, traditionally, I would say, obviously, a cougar is probably stronger than a bulldog, just, you know, based on size. But the way Cosmo looks in all of his pictures, like, he just looks like a bum. Like, I don't know what other way to put it. He looks like whack. Like, he always got this goofy, face. Like, he's got massive bottom lip, dude. She's all of them. Look at it's vaguely too human. It's like it's almost a human mouth, right? And I just like I like this one. I like this Cosmo. Cause at least that's like, oh, he's got big like he's like at least wide awake, like he's paying attention. Whereas this Cosmo just looks like all of them look like they're either like asleep or like they ain't. Like, look at him. I'm like, what do we like? This Cosmo looks like completely like wired. He is at some maybe like 4 cups of coffee. This guy looks like he's on like straight, like if there was a depressant instead of an antidepressant, he's on a depressant. Unreal. The bulldog can barely breathe, doing nothing, no chance. If he only had a brain. That's true. I guess the bulldog would be tough, but my gosh, man, Cosmo's really trying to like throw. As a cougar, he's trying to throw, and there's just not much I could do to help. I guess BYU for the fact that they have a cougar. And then Purdue, it's the train versus it's the Purdue Boilermaker train against, oh my god, I already forgot. Missouri's was so unmemorable. What is it? Oh, Missouri's is like a tiger. But also, like, do you want the like we just looked at this guy. This guy's a tool. This guy's getting tanked by a train. Train wins. And also, honestly, Train beats Cosmo, too. Train is beating both the Mizzou mascot, and he's beating Cosmo the Cougar. It's just not going to happen. Train all the way. And then High Point, Utah State, Bull versus Panther. Bull versus Panther I haven't seen yet, despite the fact how many there are in the tournament in general, just mascot-wise. I like the Bull. I think the Bull's just bigger, but I don't know. Do we think the Utah State Big Blue Bull would win? Let me pull him up just to get you an idea. This is him. This guy actually he looks ready to go, right? Like, this is a guy who I think is looking to make it work, you know? That's a guy who wants to go win. That's a guy who wants to win for his team. That being said, I mean, High Point University's also got a Panther for sure. I mean, this guy looks like he wants to win too. So I'm wondering if there's a little correlation there, huh? We have too many Panthers winning, I think, so far. I'm probably going to have to go with the Bull. I think the Bull wins. I think the Bull is strong enough to where, because I think one hit from the Bull ends the Panther. I don't think the Panther's not getting hit at all. So I'm going to go with the Utah State Bull. And then the real question is, can a Bull survive a moving hit from a train? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say that the train probably wins, right? Like, that seems fair. So it would be train So then we've got a train and we've got 2 bears in the final 4. Then we have the rest of then we still have the rest of the bracket to go. Gator, you know what? I've also said for simplicity's sake on these 16 and like 11 matchups, I'm giving the win pretty much every time. I'm going to give the win to the team that's already been decided. So the Gator's going to win by default. I'm sorry, it's just how it is. We don't know who the mascot is, and I'm not going to spend time looking up for 2 different teams and determine 2 different... Like, no, we're not doing that. Clemson is a tiger. Iowa... What is... Iowa's like a bird of some kind, but I don't... Oh, the hawk. Iowa, yeah, Iowa Blackhawks. Herky. Herky. Ladies and gentlemen, Herky the... Who came up with that? Whose idea was it to name her just short for Hercules? That's all we're given, is that it's short for Hercules. Just call him Hercules. Why you gotta call him Herky? Like, what? And then what? What's the name of the Clemson Tiger? Does anyone actually... I don't know off the top of my head. It's the Tiger? That's lame. Okay, I'm sorry. Like, is it me, or did I think mascots looked better than they usually do? Because this is what this tiger looks like. Look at how terrifying that is. So look at that. Look at that image. That is the Clemson Tiger. Like, what? Why does he look like he has like giant lemons for eyes? He's got like a giant lemon with like black olives as pupils. Like, look at that. That's like a black olive right there. And those are either like a lemon circle. Ah! I can't believe you're about to make me pick Herky the Hawk. I can't believe it. Herky the Hawk would definitely beat this tiger though. So you know what? Upset alert in the bracket. Herky the Hawk is gonna beat the tiger. Vanderbilt. I'm gonna speed run these a little bit here. Vanderbilt. Oh, it's the Commodore. Oh, so it's just a dude. It's just a guy. All right. Vanderbilt guy. Oh, Mr. Commodore. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Mr. C. Oh, I'm sorry. Right. Mr. C, if you really know him like that. McNeese is like a horse, though, right? Oh, McNeese is another dude. It's Rowdy. It's Rowdy the Cowboy. Yeah, see? Rowdy the Cowboy was going to stomp the tiger, dude. Should have seen it from the jump. Rowdy is a cowboy, though, which implies that he has guns, whereas Mr. Commodore... Oh, also as a naval officer, probably also having guns. Who's more skilled than in a duel? A Commodore or a cowboy? Mr. C or Rowdy? You know what? Rowdy's probably... You know what? Rowdy would take him out. I have a feeling Rowdy would get the job done. Then we had Nebraska versus Troy. Nebraska mascot. Every time I think this can't get funnier, it gets funnier. Herbie Husker. Look at my boy Herbie. Why does he... You know who he looks like a little bit? Lil Red looks like the kid... Oh my gosh, like the kid from Monster House. You know what I'm talking about? The chubby blonde kid. That's him. Tell me that's not him. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. I mean, he looks that's him all grown up too. That's definitely him grown up. But dude, that's funny. Oh my gosh. So, we have Herbie Husker versus the mascot from Troy, which All right. Sorry, Cornhusker I don't think is beating the Troy mascot. T-Roy. There was no effort. There was none. There was no effort put into this one. It was just, you know what? We can't think of anything. We're just going T-Roy. That being said, he's gonna win. He's gonna win. He's gonna win against Herbie the Husker. That's what it is, man. Oh my god. I don't even remember what. Isn't UNC's a dog or no? It's a ram. Rameses. Rameses. Why is it called Tar Heels? Oh, because they produced to naval stores from Pine Tree. Fair enough. So it's a ram. Whoa, Ken Vaughn's friend is a mascot. Oh my gosh, that's T-Roo. King Vaughn's friend is a mascot. That's amazing. Marcus, shout out. That was good. That was so good, right? VCU. It's just another ram. Do you think that's how they pair them? Rodney the Ram. This is a coin flip. This is a ram. It doesn't matter now. What the heck? You know what? Here, I'll pull up a coin. All right. Oh wait, shoot! I probably should have called it. All right, here. You know what? We'll say Tails was VCU. We'll say Tails was VCU. We're just gonna pick VCU. There you go. Easy enough. One Ram's got to win out over the other. Isn't Illinois like the Fighting Illini or something? So like, do they? Oh, they don't even have a mascot. Oh, so they lose by default. No, I'm not counting this bird either. I guess fine. The best you have is a kingfisher. You have a kingfisher bird. I'll give you at least a fight in the race. And then I went even down to Penn doesn't have a mascot. Nope, they have a Quaker. That actually makes sense because they're the Penn Quakers. The Quaker. Dude, call me two Rams who wins. Dude, the Ram, obviously, Marcus. The Ram wins the fight with the Rams. Quaker! I barely know her! In a straight-up animal fight, the VCU-style Ram would likely be bigger, heavier, and more aggressive. Stronger skull and charging force equals huge advantage. Winner VCU Ram. Well, good. The coin, no. The coin knew, and you knew too, Marcus. We all know now the VCU is just a better one. Quaker probably beats the... I mean, to be honest, Illinois doesn't really have a mascot. I'm kind of giving them a freebie, but... You know, it is what it is. Does St. Mary's have a mascot? Whoa, his name, an Irish warrior named Gideon? Oh my gosh, he is jacked. Look at that man. He is jacked, dude. All right. And Rattler Man? Wait a minute, is this a twofer? Oh my gosh, is it a two? I don't think so. Google AI only gave me one. So I'm going to say it's... Dude, the Rattler Man. What? It might be a different St. Mary's, though. It might be a different St. Mary's, so I don't know if it counts. But my goodness. You know what? Gideon, man, Texas A&M going to have some competition. Because I don't... Aw. You know what? I feel bad. I feel bad because Reveille's going to lose. Sorry, Reveille. Yeah, sorry. The Aggies lose here. That guy is jacked. St. Mary's moving on. St. Mary's to the well, not to the moon, but to the next round. Houston mascot's another cougar. See, that's like a good-looking cougar. Like, that's a cougar that makes sense to me, right? That makes logical sense. That's like a normal-looking cougar, you know? Versus, like, anything else is just like, I don't know. Looks off. The Idaho man. I don't even think I've heard someone say like that Idaho even made it. Whoa! Okay, hold on. Wait, what? Oh no, it's Idaho State. No, Idaho University. University of Idaho. Yeah. So it's this guy, Joe Vandal. He's like a Viking dude. That guy's sick. He's got a bull. Also, I think maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I haven't been paying enough attention. But this is like the first mascot I've seen with like a full-grown beard. This is a bearded mascot. I'll give him the win. No, I can't. Cougar probably wins still. But dude, that's a whole guy. I mean, he don't look as he looks cool and all, but I don't know if he's getting by the Houston Cougar. As for the rest, Florida, I think a Gator would beat the Hawk. You come down once, the Gator chomps. With all due respect, Rowdy versus T-Roy. Never thought I would have been saying that. Now here's the thing about T-Roy. Is if I look at T-Roy, yeah, he's got his battle armor, but I'm pretty sure Rowdy's gonna show up with a gun. So I'm pretty sure Rowdy's gonna win that. But if Rowdy's gonna show up with a gun, he's probably gonna take down the Gator. Quaker versus the Ram. Rams are kind of scary. I think I will give. Is a Quaker like aggressive? Would you describe a Quaker as aggressive and being able to win a fight? Or is it closer to... I'm going to give it to the Ram. Ram's going to overpower him. And then St. Mary's versus Houston. I think the Cougar, unfortunately, is going to beat our boy Gideon, which is a darn shame because I really would have liked to see... I would have liked to see Gideon make a little bit of a run. Ram versus Cougar, probably a Cougar. And then the question is, does Rowdy beat the Cougar? Does Rowdy beat the Cougar by using his gun? I think he can do it reasonably with the Gator. I don't know if he can. It's a guarantee with the Cougar. And he might be out of bullets by now. He might be all out after having to deal with, everything that came before him. Like, he's already killed 2 men. Think about that. Rowdy had to get here by killing Herbie Husker, and he had to take out T-Roy. Dude, King Vaughn's gonna find out what you're doing here, mister, all right? You better watch yourself. You know what? I think Rowdy's going to be out of ammunition. I'm going to give it to the Cougar. I'm going to give it to the Cougar. I think we're going to have the Cougar get there. And then finally, we have the Midwest. We have the Midwest, and then we'll be doing the final 4 of who ultimately wins. I think a Michigan Wolverine is going to beat whoever. I just don't want to decide between UMBC or Howard who's going to win there. What is the St. Louis mascot? I know Georgia's is another bulldog. What? A Billiken? What is a Billiken? It's like a goblin? What's a Billiken, dude? Oh my gosh. The Billiken, a mythical finger symbolizing good luck, things as they ought to be, and joy. Is it good luck? Is it like based off like a leprechaun? What the... Dude, the way when people also ask, like when people also ask, it means that that's how they're asking the question. I just think it's funny that that's the phrasing that they use. Like, what the heck is the Billiken? What the heck is it, dude? Oh my gosh. I guess it's like a good luck. It's like a goblin-like, gnome-like doll. Does that beat a bulldog? I mean, if it has good luck, I have to imagine it's got to be able to have some advantage. You know what? Yeah, we'll say a Billiken beats a bulldog, because why not? Then we have the Texas Tech. I believe it's the Red Raiders, but I actually have to find out, like, is it a guy? Is it like a horse? Okay, so their mascot's just Yosemite Sam. Very cool. Very cool. That's the Texas Tech Red Raider. And then the Akron mascot is... Wait, what? No shot. Zippy? Yo! Oh, it's over. It's over. Kangaroos are insane in the wild. They will box you out, brother. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine getting run up on by Zippy the kangaroo, dude? Oh, it's over. Oh, you're done. Chronicles of Zippy. Yeah, the Chronicles of Zippy of beating your booty. Zippy moving on. Zippy's moving on. The Crimson Tide, of course, have their elephant. We know this. We know that the Alabama Crimson Tide refers to Big Al. Big Al the elephant. Elephant's probably gonna get to you there. No disrespect, but it happens, right? It happens to the best of everybody. The real question, though, is Hofstra's mascot. Which is a lion. And listen. Oh, wait. Katie and Willie. Wait a minute. You don't have chasing. You don't have unboxing gloves that don't count. Look, man, yeah, it does. That Red Raider got no chance against Kangaroo, dude. He's gonna hit him from the left, hit him from the right. Bing bang, game day buckets go boom. He's gonna get him. Now here's the thing. This is the third time that we've seen Katie and Willie. So do 2 lions win or do 1 elephant? Does 1 elephant win or we got 2 lions? I'm gonna say. David Wright is Hofstra's mask. Nah, dude, it's the Lions, dude. Come on. Oh my gosh, look at some of that. Look at that thing on. What is that? What is this? What is this? What is this scary beast? I think truly, I'm gonna be honest. I think an elephant would still beat 2 lions. An elephant's just him. I'm gonna get a little bold. Tennessee Volunteers have to move on just because, you know, I don't know who's gonna win between Miami of Ohio or SMU. Virginia, what? Is Virginia like a Cavalier? Or like some sort of knight? Yeah, it's like a Cav. So it's like Zorro or somebody like that. Like a Zorro-esque character. So he'll have like a sharp pointy sword. And then Right State as opposed to Wrong State. Wait. Do they have 3 dudes? The mascot is a costumed fierce brown wolf designed to represent the Raider athletic teams. So Rowdy. Wayne Corbett is Hofstra's mascot. Honestly, yeah. But wasn't there someone else? Didn't Marcus Colston go to Hofstra? Who went to? I remember there was like a Saints player that I want to say went to Hofstra. It was either Colston. I don't think it was Drew, but it was someone. It may have been Colston. You know what? Now I have to know. Marcus Colston. It was like when they had a. Yeah, I was right. Boom, boom. I was right. Hofstra. I'm a genius. A genius. Those of you know Marcus Colston. Shout out. So the Rowdy Raider is a wolf. I'm gonna say with a swiped sword. I'm gonna say that Virginia probably has that one. I'm gonna say that Virginia would probably take that one. Then we've got Kentucky and Santa Clara. So Kentucky mascot. Another Wildcat. Right. Another Wildcat. Santa Clara, come out with something unique. Show me something I haven't seen yet. Come on. A Bronco. Bucky the Bronco. I don't think we've seen, no. Well, we've technically seen a horse, but it's more like a cowboy. Their football program was good too. Yeah, I know, dude, man. How you gonna make out Marcus Colston and then just never have one? Holy cow. Look at that swag right there. Look at that man and his utter swag, dude. Look at him. Looks so cool. That being said, I don't... Actually, wait a minute. If it's a Wildcat, like a Wildcat's not huge. I'm giving it to the horse, bro. Santa Clara, Downs, Kentucky. Get him out. Get him out. Iowa State's mascots? Come on, they gotta have something. Another Cardinal? A Cardinal. We already saw a Cardinal in this tournament. It got walloped. If Tennessee State has genuinely anything that's not just another bird, I'm pretty sure they lose. Yep. You got a tiger. See ya. That's a tiger. Tiger's beating the little bird. I got no problem with that. That's almost a guarantee. Lock it in. Then we have the rest. A Michigan Wolverine versus a Billiken. A Michigan Wolverine versus a Billiken. I mean, they're good luck charms, but how much good luck, like... Wolverines are not giant, are they? But also, Billiken's not big either. Out of a slight amount of respect for Michigan, I'll give it to the Wolverine, but I still think a Billiken with enough good luck would win. Alabama, what did we say Akron's was? Was Akron's a... Wait, who'd Akron beat? Oh no, Akron's is the kangaroo. A kangaroo versus an elephant, guys. This might be the matchup of the century. I'm just kidding. Elephant would probably take down a kangaroo. Unfortunately, as much as I want to see Akron progress. Volunteer versus... No. Well, okay, hold on. Can I get something straight? What is it? Oh, it's a dog. Smokey. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're not beating a calf, dude. You're not beating the guy with the sword. Fiercest wild animal, though. Yeah, I gotta give respect. Kangaroos, fierce, but elephant's too big. It's too massive. It's a mismatch. It downplays the kangaroo's strengths. And then Tennessee State, a lion versus a Bronco. Yeah, the lion's winning. Oh my gosh, Tennessee State advances to the Sweet 16. Let's go. It's a guarantee, guys. It's gonna happen. And then Michigan, Alabama, Virginia, Tennessee State. Lion, probably, honestly, Elite 8. I'm going to say it. Elite 8 for the Tennessee State Lions, and I'll tell you why. Because the Lions, and then here, probably the elephant, and then it's the elephant in the Final Four. It's the elephant. And I honestly, based on the Final Four we have right now, this is not an easy one. This is tough. But I think if we're going to go off the train logic, and that is a train, out of anything, an elephant has the best chance, right? An elephant probably has the best chance to survive a train. So I'm going to say, you know what? Alabama survives a train. Then it's a cougar versus two bears. UCLA's got the Bruins with two bears, the mascot. UCLA's going to win that one. And we have UCLA, Alabama in the championship. 2 brown bears versus 1 elephant. And guys, we're asking the most trusted source on this. We're not leaving this to chance. We are going to ask. We know who to ask. Who wins in a fight? 2 brown bears or an elephant? Let's find out. In almost any realistic scenario, the elephant wins. Dang. I really didn't want to pick Bama. All right, let me ask it one more question, though. Who wins in a fight? A locomotive, train, or an elephant? No, what? It says the locomotive wins? That's stupid. That's dumb. All right, how about this? Can an elephant survive a hit from a train? Dang it. This is whack, man. I don't believe you. Ugh, this is so sad, guys. You know what? I refuse to believe that, though. I'm sticking in my process. I will give it the fact that Bama can win the championship. I will not give it the fact that an elephant won't survive a hit from a train. I am confident. I am very confident. That being said, if it needs to be changed, we can always just give it to Purdue. But also, Purdue should have debatably lost earlier because their technical mascot is a human. So I don't know. How many points are being scored? We know the answer. 190. And to wrap it up, we will hit submit. There it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Alabama is going to cut down the nets as they're going to beat UCLA in the championship. Oh my gosh, I'm a moron. Been so long just looking. My Google feed is just going to be screwed over now because it's just going to be all a bunch of mascots and crap. Ugh. There it is. There it was, folks. You heard it here first. Alabama is going to win the national championship over UCLA in a dramatic finish. They're going to go out and take down Purdue. UCLA is going to play spoiler to Houston. And Bama's going to win the whole thing. Also, we're going to have Long Island University, a 16 seed, beat Arizona. We're going to have how many? We're going to have a 14 seed win. We're going to have two 15 seeds win in Furman and Tennessee State. Tennessee State, as a 15 seed, is going to make it to the Elite Eight. We're going to have two 12 seeds in the Elite Eight in Northern Iowa and McNeese. And not a single 1 seed is going to make it to the Elite Eight, I believe. Yeah, not a single one. None of them. You heard it here first. Spread the good word. I appreciate you guys letting everybody know. And that has been another installment of the Primetime Podcast, episode 68. I appreciate you guys for showing up, doing a little bit more March Madness fun. It should be, we'll see how well this bracket does. It's probably going to do very poorly, but it'll definitely outscore some brackets, which I will be very happy with. I'm just very excited to see it do that. So I will probably, just for this week, there will probably not be a free refill episode because it is a Thursday and I want to watch as much March Madness as possible, as that is day one. So I will probably step away for a day to watch some March Madness and return on Monday with all the reactions to what's been going on in the tournament. So that's all I have. A little bit of a longer episode, nearly just a little over an hour and 20 minutes. But it was worth it to go through each one of these. Learned a lot about mascots today, I found out. I found out a lot of them are just tigers, panthers, and bulls, and a lot of weird humans. I'm going to petition for more unique mascots. Can we get some barracudas in there? Can we get like a gorilla? Can we get like a cheetah? Was there a cheetah? I saw cougars, I saw panthers, I saw lions. I didn't see a cheetah. What about like a jackalope or something? The kangaroo was cool. I like seeing the kangaroo, but outside of that, not a whole lot of intrigue with all the different animals. So I'm hoping maybe we can expand the playbook as it is in college sports in general. Get some more intriguing mascots in there. But that is all I have for y'all this evening. I will see y'all next week on Monday to discuss March Madness. I might make something bonus if there's some other if something else happens between those 5 days. That's big news. I might hop on and talk about it for a little bit. But if not, that is when I will see you guys next time. Again, I appreciate each and every one of you for pulling through for another episode. I will see you guys Monday. And until then, y'all take care of yourselves. Love each and every one of you. Have a good evening.